So they actually summon demons to enter the body of the person.
They have Illuminati doctors spread throughout the world in these different state hospitals.
They are programmed to carry out a specific task.
Is it possible they give drugs now to kids and to people to open their minds so that it's easier for them to get in there?
They tie them down there and they have a fire around it.
What can we look for in someone that is a program multiple? I want to mention to you guys, if you want to know more about this kind of stuff we're talking about, I'm actually making a TV series that talks about it. It's like CSI meets the Book of Revelation. The first episode was about closing down churches. It was a virus vaccine. The second one, which is coming in reality, is about the insertion. Folks are going to insert something in us. The second episode deals with illegal Bibles. You got to turn your Bible in and take a government Bible. Why? They have to manipulate the Word of God. But for us to make this, we need your help. If you could go to lastevangelist.com, I think Spencer will put it up there for you. You go to lastevangelist.com. God said, go to my people. Don't go to Hollywood. And here we are, folks. We got a fundraiser going on. Please help us with this. Number one is pray. Number two, we're just raising a very humble amount of money, just $19,000, and so far we've raised about $4,900 so far. But you can go and you can be a donor. I think Spencer, you can, yeah, there you go, donor. You can be your own fundraiser. Click and be your own fundraiser. Okay, so so we've got people that really love the Lord and they want to support the ministry. Go to lastevangelist.com. You can be an actor. You can be a producer. Or you can just support us, okay? Even if it's $1, I don't care. It just shows your involvement, and it shows that you really are walking with the ministry, and I really appreciate you guys. Dr. Preston, you have counseled a lot of people that have had split personalities. We talked about program multiples. Correct me if I'm wrong, but me coming from a background of psychology, and you also, the DID, a dissociative identity disorder, you can have multiple personalities, more than one, but it doesn't necessarily have to be programmed. However, a program multiple, what's behind that is intentional, correct?
Yeah, that's exactly correct.
Yeah.
And what happens is they use trauma, abuse, drugs or hypnosis to create what is called cult altars. And cult altars are programmed. They're the program multiples. They are programmed to carry out a specific task for the cult, for the satanic cult, or for the Illuminati, or for whatever the group specifically is, the occult group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in the minimum, I'm going to ask you how you can identify on the street, if you're not a psychiatrist, psychologist, how can, someone on the street just identify a program multiple? Before I ask you that, I need to go back to the three things you said that actually create people to intentionally program people, which is drugs, which is hypnosis, and which is satanic ritual abuse.
Yes.
Now, hypnosis, you said that they have Illuminati doctors spread throughout the world in these different state hospitals, that's their job. I got that. Number two is satanic ritual abuse. That is a corporate entity, usually, whose mission is to split personalities for a purpose.
That's
Is that
right.
correct?
That's exactly correct. They have a ritual, usually from midnight to 3 in the morning, which they call the witching hour. They usually do it in the woods, and they usually have a pentagram on the ground with the circle around it. The circle represents power. And then they put the child, or even an older person, they tie them down there, and they have a fire around it, and then they ritually abuse the person through sexual means, physical means, or through what's called demon calling rituals and revelations. So they actually summon demons to enter the body of the person and cause pain and trauma on the inside of the person to create a program multiple.
Okay. And I want to add in there too, you guys, the reason pain is inflicted is it's the human mind, the psyche, that when pain becomes too tolerable, there's nowhere to go. A person will disassociate from that pain and become someone else. They will. That's how the personalities are split. The pain is so excruciating and tolerable that they will now become another personality. And usually, the doctor said it's through sexuality. It is. And also, and doctor, you can jump in here too with me, but they do it through the sexuality because spiritually, it's easier to mess with the spirit and really, really get in there and do what they need to do through the sexuality that can really mess someone up. What say you, doctor?
That's exactly correct. I say it goes to the deep heart of the person when there's sexuality involved.
Yeah. Now, there's a third thing, drugs. Before I get into that, I want to ask you, what if you're on the street, in a grocery store, a church, what can we look for in someone that is a program multiple that's been split? Because, you know, there's many walking around and they don't even know it.
That's correct. Many of them don't know it. It's really strange. People come to me for counseling, and for years they suspected something was wrong with them. They read everything they could on the internet or talked to friends, and they decided they have DID. So I checked them, and most of the time they have DID. So the symptoms are this. Usually the symptoms, now each person is different and unique, but generally speaking, the symptoms start to manifest around 30 years of age. And they switch from one personality to another. Usually the person will start being abused, satanic ritual abuse, at the age of 4 or 5 years of age. So when they switch, it will be a child. So they will sound like a child, and they will often act like a child. And their response will be that of a child instead of what you normally think of as an adult.
So now I think now I can understand that in a therapy session where somebody comes to you and says, "Look, I'm a program multiple, help me." But if we're in the grocery store, we work with somebody, they can have several personalities. How do we? What can you look for? Just someone on the street. What's some behavior that is the symptomatic of a program multiple?
Well, usually you can look at their eyes, and their eyes look different when they switch. Also, I counsel people around the world every day through Zoom or Skype, and I can see their face. And most of the time, when they switch to another personality, their facial expressions change. They may even look like a totally different person. And it's really unusual.
Yeah, you know, the ones I've dealt with, and I've done probably over 60 interviews with people that are victims, or they've been family members who are victims. They've lost track of time. It seems that losing track of time has a pattern that weaves through a program multiple. They don't remember certain things. Have you found that to be true?
Yes, every one of them lose time.
Yeah.
So I asked them, I said, have you lost any time this week? Is there anything that your family said you did that you don't remember?
Right. Yeah.
You're correct. They lose time.
Yeah. Yeah. And for people out there listening that don't remember times in their life. They're completely blanked out. Would you say there's a decent possibility that something could have happened during this time, and that's why they don't remember it, that the human psyche blocks that out, the subconscious refuses to remember it?
Yes, I'd say that's definitely true. When I'm counseling people, I say, do you remember when you were 5 years old? Most people remember one or two things when they were 5 years old. Usually by the first grade, they remember more and more and more. But if they say, I don't remember anything before the 8th grade, then chances are very high that they were abused in some manner. I was appointed chairman of the governor's task force on child abuse. So every day I saw people who did not remember what happened. And another thing is their dreams are different than most people's dreams. All of the children that I counseled that were sexually abused, they all had a dark figure chasing them in their dreams. So I taught them about the armor of God and the sword of the Spirit. And I said, when they chase you in your dreams, turn around and swing the sword of the Spirit at them until they disappear. And for several, it took several weeks, but every one of them, those dark figures disappear. And that's the power of God for a child.
Yes, yeah. I want to ask you about drugs, because you said that was I think it was the third one, drugs.
Yes.
When I was working in mental health behavior modification, I worked in forensic in the children's ward, children that had committed heinous crimes or they couldn't function within the facility. The drug of choice at that time, even for children, as my memory serves me correctly, was Thorazine. It was back in the late 70s. Now they have something different. But I clearly, doctor, could see that this medication was opening a door. It was not healing anything. It was opening a door. Now, back then, I didn't understand what you and I understand now, but I do. That door was being opened to the mind so that whoever was given the drug could manipulate that little mind. And a lot of times, most times it was satanic. Well, it was satanic always, but Satan himself could get in there. But is it possible they give drugs now to kids and to people to open their minds so that it's easier for them to get in there?
David, you're exactly correct. In fact, in the book of Galatians, it talks about the works of the flesh. When it goes to the word witchcraft, in Greek, the word is pharmakia, which is the word pharmacy or drugs. So one of the fastest doorways for demons to enter a person is through drugs.
Yeah.
And what I've of course, almost everybody with program multiples has demons. But the demons, the reason many deliverance ministries are not successful in dealing with multiples is because the demons are attached to the altars, to the program multiples. So you have to have the program altar up, then you deal with the demons, and then you deal with the altar.
Last Evangelist TV series, first episode. Don't forget to order this. This is the DVD. It's limited collector's edition. It's got some band videos on it with me and Michael Lake and Sheila Luzinski. Don't forget about the End Times Investigation DVD, 8 hours of footage of things that we're talking about tonight. I'm talking with my guest, Dr. Preston T. Bailey, we're talking about program multiples, we're talking about satanic ritual abuse, we're talking about Antichrist, one world religion, and also the New World Order, and much more. So don't forget about that. Go to davidheavener.tv/order, call 844-806-0006, or you can text the word chosen to 91999.
Hey everybody, this is David Heavener, and I'm proud to announce the release of my brand new TV series, The Last Evangelist, exclusively on davidheavener.tv.
Apprehended a total of 13 for cooperating.
The other weapons?
Just the Bible.
Sure, it's okay to do whatever they say.
Providing support material to terrorists.
We were just handing out Bible.
This is an illegal translation. You're going to be going away for a very long time.
Subscribe now. Go to davidheavener.tv.
Spencer, go to davidheavener.tv. If you guys aren't members, you need to go sign up right now. Go there. I want to show you the video you just saw on Russ. I've got more videos. I opened up a channel this morning called the Coming Holocaust channel. You've got multiple videos on there. Let's go show them that channel. You've got the Holocaust survivor tried to warn us. Zev Porat talks about his family was exterminated in the Holocaust. Nazi experiments in America today. Russ talks about program multiples, which we're going to hear from Russ again. Christian persecution camp. And then the demons of the Holocaust. Okay, so that's go right there. Sign up on David Heavener TV. You can watch that. We have over 20 channels. If you scroll down there, Spencer, they'll see the channels. All you have to do is go to davidheavener.tv. Sign up, folks. You get 30 days free, and I'm going to end it this week. No more 30 days free after this week. Okay, just go sign up. If you'll sign up for a year, you'll get 2 months free. So consider supporting the ministry and sign up at davidheavener.tv.